Let me see, where is he? Alright, prepare the sim. I love your top hat. I know Freddy has a top hat that's exactly like yours, but I like that yours is smaller and more thinner. A little bit more originality with that, but only a little. But it's so little that it works. It's only something that you could pull off. Those eyes are just, those are animatronic eyes, my friend. They're purple. Purple is a cool color. And talk about that button. It's so unique. It is quite dapper on you, my friend. It's kind of weird how you don't have upper teeth, but that is fine. That is fine. Because you are him. I bet Mr. Hippo would win in a boxing match. I could see it. Mr. Hippo going to no-diff the entire Fnaf roster. You are literally in the ducks. It will be so hot in there. Yet you are completely unfazed. Because you are too hot, Mr. Hippo. Gosh dang. Shout out to MapHat. Look at them toes. Their toes. They're in nice condition. Keep them up, my friend. Your storytelling is magnificent. This is just a daily story for you, Mr. Hippo. You're just going out on a limb, eating a sandwich, and then you're just talking to Orville about eating a sandwich, talking about stories, and that is just so cool. You give me so much of tough grandpa vibes, Mr. Hippo, and I totally see it, and that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. Because you can tell stories, you're handsome, and you can kick butt. I don't need to say anything more. Speaking of purple, your shades purple are magnificent. You have purple, and then you have purple, and then you have lighter purple. Just look at that posture, that pose when you're thinking. It's so elegant. I love that your ears and your nose look like Cheerios. I love Cheerios, especially if you put some zero sugar on there. Delightful. Just looking how you're powered to a giant battery. That shows you how much power that you actually have. You had to be programmed to this little battery because you are too powerful. You would destroy every single other power source, so they had to restrict you of your power. You're only using 5% of your power, Mr. Hippo. And that's crazy. Mr. Hippo, just by looking at you, I could tell that you could sing, and you have an awesome singing voice, Mr. Hippo. Can we talk about just how many games Scott has made? And then it was just until Ultimate Customite and FNAF 6 that we witnessed peak. That is Mr. Hippo. Come on, man. Scott, you should have put him in FNAF 1. Imagine Mr. Hippo walking down the hallways of FNAF 1 like Foxy. That would be so awesome. This dude will kick your ass. Admit it. Look at them thighs. You know what I'm going to say. You probably make some bomb sandwiches, Mr. Hippo. You probably know, from your wisdom, you probably know how to make so many sandwiches that I'm going to be, that it's too much for my brain to handle. I'm going to be flabbergasted. See, I just knocked my hand on my table because of how much information and knowledge of sandwiches you have, Mr. Hippo. You have so much that you could not even prosper to spread all that information. He's too powerful. You don't let me get started on tea. Lemon tea. Pour me a glass of that from Mr. Hippo. And security breach, when Gregory gets the crappy hippo magnet that he calls crappy, it's not crappy. He just doesn't know it. He doesn't know your story. He's ungrateful. We don't know what that boy is. We don't know if he's a robot. We don't know if he's a maniac. He's probably, but he got nothing on you, Mr. Hippo. You're too clean with it. I have a Mr. Hippo Funko Pop, and it stares into my soul every day, and I love it. This guy would be cracked in Super Smash Brothers. He doesn't look like it, but he will probably main Pac-Man, and he will camp from afar. You cannot approach, he will attack, and he will prevail. God Gamer Hippo. Let's talk about how in Security Breach, in an alternate ending, they replaced the main mascot, Freddy Fazbear, with Mr. Hippo. Mr. Hippo has so much popularity that they can remove Freddy Fazbear and put Mr. Hippo as the main protagonist, the main head of the company, the brand. Let that sink in for a minute. I haven't even complimented on your other color buttons. Just did your little bow tie button with the flower. But what about your two other regular buttons? They're very nice. That's really all I had to say about it. They're really nice. In FNAF 6, there's the achievement to get the mediocre melody achievement, which of course you are part of the mediocre melodies. But that was misinformation. That title was supposed to belong to you. That was supposed to belong to Funtime Chica. What has she done? She just be eating all the pizza and eating in the trash. You're better than that, Mr. Hippo. You are now S tier melody. Mr. Hippo, if they ever turn you into one of those little beanies that you could just put over your head, I would buy it and wear it in pretty much almost every single FNAF video. Mark my words. Beanies for like winter time that you could just easily put on, put off. Mr. Hippo has superpowers. What kind? Best kinds. I'm going to hit you with a Scott Coffin. His superpowers are yes. Mr. Hippo needs to have his own game. He needs to have his own game. Scott, I know you're real busy, but if you're not going to give Mr. Hippo his own game, then at least let us get the Mr. Hippo pins. If you haven't done it already, please. I would make Mr. Hippo my wallpaper on my phone and all my devices if I could. Shows you how dedicated I am. Mr. Hippo's on my #1 most liked, most favorite FNAF characters list. Thought I'd let you know. Why? Because he's him. He's a hippo. Hippos can crush melons with ease, so I have no doubt that Mr. Hippo can double that. He can crunch and destroy 2 melons at once in his jaws. He has so much jaw muscle and strength, he's going to be looking like the Crimson Chin after he's done. And the sound of you jump scare and you see in. Sure, it's just pretty much the FNAF 1 jump scare sound, but you rock that, honestly. I think you rock it more than Freddy Fazbear. If Mr. Hippo had all his power awakened, he will snap the universe like Thanos did. Don't play with Mr. Hippo. He will find you. Before you have the chance to act, he will be like, oh wait, you can't because you did. I love Mr. Hippo.